All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Starting off, giving all praises, honor, and glory. It goes to Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, brakathum to the hopeful elect. Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Tazayar Bayamian from the GMS Kansas City Church. Back with another Wednesday lesson in the park. Actually, I have a title in mind for this one off the jump. Let me get it off my email. All right, this will be entitled "Our Many Lifetimes Got Us Here." Okay, and so just the idea of this lesson is speaking on reincarnation and understanding on how the Most High works with regeneration, bringing souls back to this planet Earth. Okay, because the planet Earth is a place for judgment. All right, it was initially created to be a paradise. All right, that goes back to the word Eden, which means Idan, which means paradise. That's how the earth originally was created for, and that's what it's going to go back to. But right now, earth is a place of judgment. And even people on online, they have this theory talking about earth is really a slave planet, controlled by extraterrestrials to harvest our energy. No, man. Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So right now, the earth is under the worst management that it could ever have, man. And I've been noticing, man, I'm gonna just say this. When we've been speaking, the birds start chirping, man. I've been noticing that for the past few lessons and the past few camps. All right, but going back to what I was saying, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, man. So the earth is under the worst leadership that it could ever have. Look at the waters. Look at the skies, man. These aren't even real clouds. These are chemtrail sprayed shit that you have to breathe in every fucking day, man. You see what I'm saying? So the reason that so many souls are here on the face of the earth is because a mass casualty event is about to happen. And the Lord's name is going to be re-put into this earth by how violently he drops over 9 billion people, man. See what I'm saying? This is the type of message that people don't hear out the Bible. They want to hear prosperity. They want to hear about things getting better, man. No. If you're not of the elect, the Black, Hispanic, Native American man, you know what I'm saying, who calls on the name of YAHAWASHI, you have a high chance of being put out of this earth. All right. But going back to the title of the video, our many lifetimes got us here because over and over and over, we've been living out a story, man. All right. Since YAHAWASHI, arrived on the scene, you know what I'm saying? And when he was killed and went to the spiritual world, this whole existence felt like one bad dream, man. All right. Jake got kicked out of the land. They had to run to West Africa. They ran to West Africa. They got brought over here to America. You know what I'm saying? Brought over here to America to do what? This is hell, man. Okay, but this is where the place that we also are going to get our reward. Okay, so let me read this. Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9. Let me get it here. One second. This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. It says the thing that had been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the earth. Okay, it's like it says there is no new thing under the sun. Let me read that again. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So that's speaking prophetically, man. Everything that is written, the things that have been, because before anything you had the word of the Lord, which was YAHAWASHI. All right, so before anything, these words are going to play out, man, exactly how they supposed to be as written. All right, but the same souls, the same characters come back. You live through different lifetimes, man. All right. When I was a young man in the flesh, I would hear about these world wars, you know, World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, and I felt like in my spirit I missed so much. You know what I'm saying? Because in my spirit, I felt like I've been here before, man. All right. So, when I was learning about history, I'm like, damn, I missed so much, And then I started getting into the Bible and realizing that we in the end, man. I knew from like 7, 8, 9 years old, we was in the end, bro. I knew something was gonna happen. Hey, but Thawadi YAHAWASHI brought us here, man. But each one of you brothers, you have your own testimony, man. You have your own feelings of deja vu, as you say, or you have old things that you resonate with for some reason. Okay, these are different attachments that we have throughout our lifetimes. But before we come on the planet Earth, our memory gets wiped. All right, that's why it says there is no remembrance of former things. It says Ecclesiastes 1 verse 10, it says, is there anything whereof it may see this is new? It had already of old time, which was before us. Right, exactly. So America is just a recreation of different evil empires from the past, man. They took aspects of Egypt, Assyria, Greece, Rome, and threw it all in one wicked ass melting pot, man. And you can see how it's failing. That's why it's called Babylon the Great, man. It says, is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are come with those that shall come after. Okay, there's no remembrance of former things, man. You don't know what you was doing 1,000 years ago. You don't know what you was doing 1,500 years ago. But through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, we believe that we were trying to be righteous with the Lord, man. Okay, if you are a righteous Israelite then, you are a righteous Israelite now. If you are a wicked 2/3 nigga then, you are a wicked 2/3 nigga now, man. So even though, 1,000 years ago, we might have been doing things in our zeal and maybe didn't have a full, understanding. You know what I'm saying? But we still believe that we're trying to be righteous. And once again, the sheep are always going to come back to YAHAWASHI, man, no matter at what point in the story. You see, that's how the church grew so big when he came on the scene, because it was a recognition of who he was and the church was gathered. And so what the Most High did was scattered us worldwide and mixed our looks. You know what I'm saying? And mixed our language. Okay, he scattered the Israelites worldwide. And when he arrives, he's going to do the same thing. He's going to gather it all again, man. This is the perfect story of what the Most High is doing. All right, so now that we at the end, it's beautiful to understand, who we are. It's beautiful to understand this Bible. And it's beautiful to speak clearly when it comes to prophecy, man. All right. So let's get to the next precept. Matthew 19 and 23. Okay, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 23. It says, and then said YAHAWASHI unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again, I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh. When his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, who then can be saved? But YAHAWASHI beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, but with the Most High God, Yahweh, all things are possible. Okay, so what YAHAWASHI was saying is that you're going to need the Most High with you to do what certain men can't. You're going to need YAHAWASHI at this point in your life if you want to go anywhere, if you want to make it out of thermonuclear fire, man. If you want to make it out of, the intensity of the uprisings that are going to come here to America, man, you're going to need the Most High with you. And the Most High, I know I'm into this lesson, but the Most High's name is Yahweh. His son's name is YAHAWASHI. and the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and the Israelite foreigners are the biblical Israelites. All right. Just got to throw those things in there, man. But it say Matthew 19:25, when his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, who then can be saved? But YAHAWASHI beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, but with the Most High Yahweh all things are possible. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? So let's stop there, man. Because when they say that they forsaken all, you have to understand that each individual man had his own life. Each individual man had his own business. Each individual man had his own wife. Each individual man had his own kids. Each individual man had his own family members. Each individual man had things that they like to do personally outside all those things. So when it says that they have forsaken all, you got to take those things in remembrance. And you know, certain spirits that we encounter in this life, we encountered in past lives, man. All right. Certain women you run into, you probably ran into them in a past life, man. I had a woman tell me that. I felt like I met you before. And hey, I could agree with that statement. I'm not saying that that was wrong, but we understand how the Most High YAHAWASHI operates, man. So that's why I say, brother, every woman that you encounter, you know, and you put a claim on that, you gonna get that back, because the Most High is the Father of spirits, man. He know who is who. You know, he even named all the stars, let alone, you know, he don't think he gonna name some big booty light skinned girl out here that you claimed back in 2022, you know. But getting back, Matthew 19 and 27 or 26, but YAHAWASHI beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, but with the Most High Yahweh all things are possible. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And YAHAWASHI said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or fathers, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Okay, so that is a mouthful, you know, to break down. But that verse 29 really backs up the point where I say that, you know, spirits are connected, even through different lifetimes. All right. Our various lifetimes got us to this point at the end, but also the people around us and our loved ones, you know, they also were, you know, members of our story, man. You see? And when we get in the kingdom, all your messed up earthly relationships are going to be repaired, man. You know what I'm saying? When we get in the kingdom, we're going to have forgiveness for all Israelites. Let's just be honest, man. Like we get hard on each other and rebuke Jake because they in their folly and shit. But in the end, Jake gonna be all right in the kingdom, man. Some of you niggas just got to get there through pain and suffering. You see, we chose to get to the kingdom through a peaceful avenue by choosing to do the work and choosing for YAHAWASHI to be our strong tower in the times of defense, man, because that's what we need. But going back, it says, verse 29, and everyone that have forsaken house or brethren or sisters or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold. Oh, so like I wanted to read 28. It says, and YAHAWASHI said unto them, verily I say unto you that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. Okay, so YAHAWASHI knew who was who. So he was saying that we're going to do a hood translation. He was saying that those who are with me now, you're going to be with me in the end. And when I get back with you in the end, we're going to win for real. That's what YAHAWASHI was saying, to put it in modern 2026 terms, man. YAHAWASHI said, I'm going to leave, but when I come back right quick, I'm going to put us all on, man. And we sitting here on this wicked ass earth, around these wicked ass people, praying for YAHAWASHI to bring that quickly. Okay? Because you can see them wicked ass niggas out here having church, man. You just got a loud black woman out here screaming, man. See what I'm saying? You have to get rid of niggas like this. And that show, this is Satan, man. Because I've been out here for 3 weeks straight and it's been nothing but peaceful. All right, but YAHAWASHI is gonna prevail over all demons, man. And he knows who every wicked nigga is, man. And he knows where every wicked nigga is worldwide. All right, we put these videos up on the World Wide Web, man. If you a wicked nigga, the Most High gonna get you, man, unless you repent and call upon his name. All right, so let's get into our next precept. You see, the difference between me and them is that she just rambling like a black woman, and I'm actually pulling out precepts, you know? This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 36 and 12. Oh, I ain't got my pocket for it. Yeah, I'll read it off the phone. It says, Sirach 36 and 12, O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. O be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy city, and the place of thy rest. Fill Sion with thy unspeakable oracles, and give thy people with thy glory. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. All right. So that's the recognition that certain souls were there in the inception of this whole planet Earth, man. It's a very exclusive club, and you people ain't in it, man. All right. And it's a beautiful thing to have this truth and to have understanding. You know, you can never put a price on how YAHAWASHI changes our lives every day, man. All right. Because, hey, just being honest, if you think about your past life, you know you was going off. You know, every life wasn't perfect, man. But, you know, every Jake always have zeal for the Most High. You know, you got bugged out crackhead niggas that believe in the Most High, man. They ain't living right, but they still acknowledge that it's a higher power out there. Okay, but it all started with the elect, man. Let's read it again. Sirach 36 and 15. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. Exactly, man, because some of the prophets have vision of the things we living in today. See what I'm saying? The prophets got the inside scoop, you know, when it was just horses and mules, you know, and wheelbarrows. The prophets seen America. The prophets seen 2026. You know what I'm saying? They seen this time we living in, because YAHAWASHI is just that powerful to give them that insight. All right. But they knew this was the time of our reward. All right. We were warned through the scriptures that we're going to live on a very wicked planet, man. And this is what we're seeing every day. OK, so it's up to us, you know, to believe in our God, believe in our power, and believe that the word is written to walk into the victory, man. You see, we've done this before. All right. You've done this whole life shit before, man. But now it's the perfect time because you had the truth. Now is the perfect time because you know who you are, man. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 31. I'm going to wrap it up on this. It says, 1 Corinthians 14 and 31, for ye may all prophesy one by one, that all may learn and all may be comforted. See, that's a job of the prophets, man. All right. So that's what drives us to keep doing these videos, man. And all you wicked, evil motherfuckers at YouTube, headquarters 901 Cherry Avenue, San Bruno, California. The Most High knows who you are, man, because you are scattering the flock. And anybody who scatters the flock of YAHAWASHI has done a grave offense, man. So those devils who clip my channel, not just my channel, but any other brother in righteousness that put up a channel up and YouTube took your channel off, may that be a curse unto them, man. That building you in is going to be destroyed, man. And since we speaking of You know, reincarnation, all your fine ass daughters coming back to us, man. I'm gonna keep saying it, man. Cause hey, you devils go pay, man. We gonna see you again, buddy. 1 Corinthians 14:31. For ye may all prophesy one by one, that all may learn and all may be comforted. And the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. For the Most High God, Yahweh, is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints, man. So the spirit of the prophets are what? Subject to the prophets, man. So that back to the point I said earlier. If you are a righteous spirit now, you were a righteous spirit then, man. Even if you weren't a prophet, if you were a righteous brother, if you were a contributor to the body, now you were a righteous brother, you were contributed to the body back then, man. Hey, if you were an obedient woman and a submissive woman to your husband now, you were a submissive woman and obedient to your husband back then, man. You see how this works? It all come back around, man. All right, so that's why we can't be surprised when niggas do dumbass shit. You know, Kia boys, you know, niggas sipping lean, popping Percocet, because shit, you just love wickedness so much, man. All right, and we gonna keep this one short. I know I usually try to go 40 minutes, but we gonna keep it around 30, man. Okay, just, you know, hey, about to do some things, so I just want to wind down a bit. All right, but in all things, you know, the water YAHAWASHI once again for giving us this understanding, so that we can see clearly, like I was saying, not just about things in our future, but things that we experienced in our past, man. Let me get that. The Most High requires that which is past. One second here. Yep. Ecclesiastes 3:15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And the Most High, YAHAWASHI, requireth that which is past, man. Okay. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, which is the planet Earth. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there, man. Okay, because originally the earth was a place to be righteousness, man. All right. And when we do get back in our earthly governmental role on the planet Earth, these birds are gonna sing even more, man. The grass is gonna look green than you've ever seen. It's gonna be the most green grass that any man has ever seen, man. All right. It's gonna be the goodest water you ever tasted, man. You know? Something about that water in the summertime when you was a kid, you know, just that certain taste, you know. But all that's gone, man. The water you drink tastes like shit, you know. But as I was saying, it's gonna be the greenest grass you ever seen. It's gonna be the best water you ever tasted. All right, it's gonna be the best wine you ever tasted. It's gonna be the best box you ever had. Okay, it's gonna be the best lamb you ever had, brother. All right, it's gonna be the best smelling incense you ever had, man. But all we have to do is see the final judgment play out, man. Because the Most High, he got tabs on everybody, man. All right, the Most High, because the world tell you about YOLO. You only live once. You only get one time on this planet Earth, man. But that's not true. So imagine the tabs of wickedness that God keeps in his heavenly library of everything that everybody's ever done since the creation of the earth, man. That's how real the Most High is. And that's the type of judgment that he's bringing upon this place now, man. You know, the Most High probably wiped the score after the flood. So we talking from the flood all the way to 2026. All that wickedness is about to be repaid, man. That's how the Lord coming. This is why we preach to men to repent and to clean yourself up and to get your life right, man. Because the amount of judgment and the way that this earth gonna look in the next few months, you don't want to play with it, man. You know what I'm saying? We talking bullets whizzing by your head. You don't want to play with that, man. Buildings blowing up next to you. You don't want to play with that, man. Airstrikes coming down on American soil. You don't want to play with that, man. This is what the people in Gaza and Palestine and Lebanon are experiencing every day. But this is going to come here. And hey, if the message sounds repetitive, then so be it, because the message is that urgent. So not only, I get into some spiritual aspects talking about reincarnation, but hey, we got to get into prophecy too and see how everything plays up and how everything lines up. All right. Because if this is the last opportunity to make things right with your power, you want to give it 100%. So your whole timeline can make sense, man. Because if you just catch a missile at the end, it's all for nothing, man. All right. If you just end up catching a missile, that's a dishonorable death. Catching a missile, dying in Jacob's trouble. Some of you niggas gonna die by the hands of women. Some of you niggas gonna die by the hands of Esau. That's a dishonorable death, man. The only honorable way to make it out of America is getting beamed up through thermonuclear, is getting beamed up from the chariots through the thermonuclear missiles, man. See what I'm saying? This is just how real life is. Hey, and at the YAHAWASHI for bringing it to life every day, man. But with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory. It goes to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashai, bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashai, Black a thumb to the full X. Shalom.